Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. I just wanted to have a conversation with y'all. I wanted to get everybody's opinion on this because this is beginning to become a great topic. So I think it's very, poignant when you got NBA players talking about this particular person, former, current fans, everybody talking about this particular individual, because a lot of people all see the potential in this dude and how good he could be within the next, few seasons. A lot of people believe he can become the guy. And a lot of people are talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, basically them for the second year in a row getting bounced out of the Western Conference Finals. And a lot of people are talking about Anthony Edwards. They're just questioning where he is as a basketball player. And a lot of people are expressing their disappointment in him and, some of the things that's currently going on. And a lot of people wonder if it's on the court or what's going on outside of the court. Now, I'm going to give my assessment, and I'm going to, just say what I think of the situation, what I think he needs to do. And then I'm very, anxious to hear what everybody else had to say in regards to this particular subject. But Anthony Edwards did send a message to the league, and he sent the message to OKC. He says that in the summer he vows to go to the gym and get better and become a better player going into the next season than he did, concluding this season. And I believe Ant-Man. Like I said, I've criticized Ant-Man. You've heard me. One thing I've said about Ant-Man, and I think what makes you a good, guy that assesses things and, who follows the NBA. I follow the NBA, of course, and I cover the NBA. And I've said this for the past few years about Ant-Man, because I think anybody with common sense believe that if he really focuses and puts his mind to it, he can become an all-time great, because you do see the greatness when he has them games where he just balls out, where he just looks unstoppable. But I just think sometimes he doesn't play. Sometimes he's lackadaisical, and I think he doesn't play with the intensity that you've seen guys of yesteryear, like guys like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson always played hard no matter what. Kobe Bryant, those type of dudes. And of course, the guy that everybody is comparing him to, MJ. I mean, when MJ give you the stamp of approval, then I think you need the heed word. But I do think Anthony Edwards, because of his highly publicized issue with one Aisha Howard, the mother of his daughter, I do think to a certain degree, or I'm not going to say I think to a certain degree, I believe that has hindered him because of this situation with her and the issue with her stalking him, because pretty much now this is what a lot of reports are starting to say, that this lady is stalking him, that she's harassing his teammates, and she's trying to get information, and she's challenging the current order of child support. As you guys know, Anthony Edwards made an offer to just pay her the child support up front, and she doesn't want it because a lot of people believe that she's waiting on his next contract. So basically, she could try to get additional amount of child support, which, like I said, I've already spoke on that. But I really feel that Anthony Edwards, I think it's just difficult to tune that kind of thing out, because it's just very stressful. It's just very stressful, especially when you have somebody like her, some old ass chick hawking you and hounding you, who intentionally was plotting on you, who intentionally got pregnant, and then just hawking you for money. it's just difficult, and I feel like he needs to try to fix that. But I just think that's just gonna be something that he just is gonna have a lot of difficulty fixing because of, you know, the situation. He's made it obvious he doesn't want to have nothing to do with her or the baby, which I don't think she cares anyway. I just think she just wants money. She saw, you know, she just see that baby as monthly income, which a lot of women see well off or highly paid athletes or celebrities. They just see their fortune as monthly income, almost as like a job. So I feel like he has to figure out what he can do to maintain that situation, because, you know, at the end of the day, people pay attention to what's being said about them. You know, you got people that's criticizing him, of course, vilifying him. So, you know, and you got people in your ear and all that kind of stuff. I just think he just has to try to figure it out and try to handle this the best way he can, because, you know, it's just hard to keep that situation, you know, under wraps when that person is on social media. Not only is this person on social media and has a child with you, they're also trying to capitalize and build a celebrity or celebrity-like profile for themselves. So it's just very difficult. But he has to figure that out. And when he can figure that situation out, then hopefully he can have some kind of mental peace. He doesn't have mental peace. Because I was listening to Goodfellas Sports TV, and he write, a woman can just throw you off. People think women don't have mental power over you. They may not have physical power over you, but they damn sure can have mental power over you. And they just know how to do things to get in your head and stuff. And I just think to a certain degree that she's in his head, and that he can't shake her, even though he wants her to go away. And he's made it apparent on several occasions that he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. But we'll discuss that further, because I've definitely got something to say about her. But I do think he needs to try to find a way to get past this, because I do think he's a talent. And he's only 23. And I feel like there's ways he can improve his game. I can tell you one thing that he can do to improve his game. See, this is something that a lot of people don't remember about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wasn't a guy that... Michael Jordan, it was so many different facets to his game. And Michael Jordan, over the years, he got better and better. He became a better jump shooter. He became a better free throw shooter. He became a better three-point shooter. And this is something that people keep forgetting about Michael Jordan that he can do. Michael Jordan was 6'6", but he was a big 6'6". You know, he wasn't frail, and he was strong, and he used to hit the weight. One thing that Michael Jordan could do, you could give Michael Jordan the ball in the post, and you know, he could like post you up. Then he could turn around and hit that fadeaway. You know, and that's something that you mostly only see power forwards do. So I think Anthony Edwards could try to work on that. But then again, defense was a little different then. But yeah, that's something that AE could try to add to his game. Try to post up, but you don't see that like you would see with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, like I said, he was a big 6'6". You know, he was not frail, and he was strong as hell. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there about Anthony Edwards. I'm glad that he said that he vows to get better, and that he's going to go back to the gym and work on his game. Now, that's something he needs to work on. I would like to see him try more of that. instead of just standing around the perimeter, you know, or always pulling up to shoot a three or shoot a 14 footer or 18 footer. That's just something I want to see him work on. That's something people keep forgetting about MJ, what he used to could do. So, you know, I'm just, you know, letting that be known. But anyway, I just wanted to say that about AE. Ain't really going in on him, but I'm just, you know, just putting that out there. And I'm happy to hear that he vows to get better, because this is what we want to hear. So there you have it. It's your boy Tam. I'm out.